Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to some Victoria 3, my friends. And a brand new stream. But first, let's make sure everything's working here. Hello, me. Oh, there we go. All right, good. Hey, right back at you, buddy. All right, what do we got going on here? Oh, hey, just 24. What's up? What's up? How are you? Good to see you. There's an inside joke in my friend group that Bulgaria has the strongest navy. We don't remember where it all started. Oh my god. Yeah, we will see. We will see just how much of a joke that is. You are working mighty fine. Thank you. Thank you. I think we're back on track here now that we're using OBS going forward. But here we are. We're here. We're here. And so we finished the Dynam stream, the Dynam series last week. And so we're starting a new one. And this week, as you probably guessed, we're starting with Bulgaria. So let's get started. We'll take a look at the achievements we're going for. Hey, Matwis, what's up? What's up? So we have 2 and possibly 3 objectives that we're going for here. So I'll pull them up here once we get started. Hey, Owl, what's up? What's up? Hello, was watching Holland and Oates Part 2. Yeah, Bert decided to jump here. Oh, but decided to jump here for a bit. Awesome. Good, good, good. Thank you. Thank you. So something we haven't done on the stream, in order to get Bulgaria, we have to start as the Ottomans and release from there. Oh, let's enable. Oh, no. Yeah, let's enable achievements. I got mixed up there for a second. All right, so let's start, and then we'll release and take a look. Have more ships than the British. Easy. We do start with a coast, but we don't start with a navy. So we're gonna release subject, Bulgaria, and we'll play as Bulgaria. So we could release as independent and start that way, but I figured, why not give ourselves the extra difficulty and start as a subject and go through that whole process? So why not? Ready to see him get out of this starting situation? Yeah, we're in a bit of a starting situation here, and now we are Bulgaria. A coast only means you can get a naval invasion. You're absolutely right, actually. So, let's take a look at the achievements, things we're going for. So the main one we're going for is... Here we go. Prussia of the Balkans. As Bulgaria, complete the Prussia of the Balkans journal entry and have a higher prestige than Prussia. So we're going for that. Now, a secondary one we'll go for is Teamkiller. As a part of the Balkan League, complete the Spoils of War journal entry. So we'll do that. And so both of these kind of require us to be Bulgaria. So we'll go for these 2. And then, if we have time, if we still can, we will go for Brotherhood and Unity and form the nation of Yugoslavia. So the priority is Prussia, the Balkans, then Teamkiller, and then if we can, Brotherhood and Unity. Apparently I can't hit letters probably on my phone. Yeah, I know the struggle. Me too. Oh, it's so bad. I feel like the older I get, the worse it gets. Alright, so, because we released, we're going to unpause, let the game go a day so everything can update. There we go. So, let's start off with tech. Yeah, nothing went wrong with Yugoslavia. Nothing. Like, ever. Yeah, nothing. Nothing. Well, first thing we're going to look at here, I am kind of glad to come back to some National Awakening content. The only thing we really did with National Awakening was the Serbia run. The run that still bugs me. So we're back, and we get the National Awakening UI. This is, I think, my favorite UI. The National Awakening one. So we get that. So let's take a look at tech. Maybe starting as a subject is not so bad. That way you get attacked. You not get attacked right away. Yeah, this is true, but, you know, we do have to break away from the Ottomans, which will give us a little bit of an issue. That can't, yeah, 0 people. Yeah, this will update as whenever you release a country, it kind of starts like this. So I think maybe we got a day update, and that gave us our rank and stuff. I think we need a week update to get everything else in there. So we need to go for cotton gin and lathe before we can go for all the tier 2 stuff, which means cotton gin is going to be the first thing we get on tech spread. Lathe will be the second thing we get on tech spread. So tech spread is going to do both of those for us. Now we do need to go for military stuff as well. But first thing we want to go for is romanticism, because we are on traditionalism. We would like to go to interventionism, but in case we can't do that, it's nice to have the option of agrarianism. So we're going to go for that. Then we need to break free from the Ottomans. So we need to get general staff and field work. So we're going to add these guys in there. And then we'll reassess from there. Because then by that point, we should have cotton gin and lathe. And then we'll start going for some stuff there. You would be surprised how easy you get independence. Yeah, Egypt tends to get Russia's support in the war with the Ottomans by proposing the liberation of Bulgaria, so you can start by improving relations. Yeah, and Russia's definitely going to be a friend, at least at the beginning here. The Balkans are famously chill. Hey, Super Frank, what's up? How are you? Good to see you. The Balkans are a famously chill, calm, and quiet area of Europe. Nothing ever happened there. No world war has started there. I know, it's true. You know, so we're back in Europe. I realize the only Europe series we've done has been in the Balkans. At some point in time, we need to venture out. Maybe a Switzerland run is in our distant future. All right, so we got tech set up. Let's take a look at our country and our government. So we have a Tsar, Azin Ganushev, landowner moderate. So we get some prestige with this person. We get extra maneuvers for diplomatic play, which will be helpful when we go for independence. But we do get extra infamy generation. Not great. Hey, Laplace. Hello, hello. Good evening. What's the occasion? The occasion is a brand new series. We're starting off as Bulgaria. No need to venture out. There's plenty of countries left in the Balkans. This is true. Well, this is true. So I'll get to what we're going to be doing in the Balkans in a moment there. Oh, yes. So that's what we got going on there. Here's our government, and here's our laws. We need to get to professional armies. We need to get off serfdom and traditionalism. And those are the priorities. We are on slave trade, so we eventually got to get off of that, and we got to get off guild system. We do start with no migration controls, actually, which is kind of nice. But first, we're going to work on serfdom. Now, I don't want to fully piss off the landowners. We can use this extra influence because we're going to need it for all of the support independence stuff that we want. So we're actually going to try to go for tenant farmers first instead of homesteading. So let's throw... That'll get us to 44. Oh, that'll get us 67. Let's throw the intelligentsia in there. Now, I think we... What do we got there? Yeah, the armed forces are on the fence, and we want to go professional armies next. So we're going to throw the armed forces in as well, because we can negotiate with them. It'll bring us from a contested government to an unstable government, but it'll be worth it. So, and... You know, we're only at 48. We only need 2 more points to bump out of it. So we'll do that. And we'll start with tenant farmers. We'll do the negotiation in a second. Hey, Mr. Floyd Pinkerton. What's up, what's up? Hello, hello. Are you independent from the Ottomans? No, we decided to start as a subject so that we can go through the whole independence. So I figured, let's give ourselves an extra challenge, you know? Why not? We're starting off by releasing from the Ottomans, so we might as well earn it. So this seems to be the standard landowner government 7. Yep, with slightly more tech than usual. Slightly more tech and no migration controls, actually, which is kind of nice. But yeah, everything else is kind of standard landowners. Hey, oil last night already reached 120 per barrel. I'm surprised no protests yet. Yeah. Yeah, that is a very looming problem. Let's take a look at our states. Mizija? Definitely mispronouncing that. It's been such a hectic week for me. I'm realizing now, I always, at the start of every series, at least, I look up pronunciations of things, at least the states. And man, it's been quite a week, and I did not do that. So I apologize. I will have that done for the episode tonight, but Mizija for now. So we have the Danube River, plus 5% market access, or MAPI, plus 20 infrastructure, not bad. 126,000 peasants. The only resources, though, are logging and fish. We got some stuff there. But we also have Severna, Trachea. So nothing there. 120,000 peasants. 8,000 unemployed. But we do have iron here. And, you know, we do start off with some industries, which means we have financial districts, which is kind of nice. And then the last one we have is Dobruja, or I guess dynamic naming here, Dobruja. Only 30,000 peasants and not a lot of resources either. Alright. I'm alright, man. You look very handsome today. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm seeing myself in the camera and I'm like, man, I should have run a comb through my hair before I started this. I appreciate the compliment. Don't get me started on the oil price. Something is very fishy there. Oil went up from 120 down to 89, back up to 110 within 12 hours. This is not normal. Not even during a war. Yeah. Everything about the situation right now is a little fishy. Yes, out. So no coal. This is true. This is why this is going to be a problem for us. Because, you know, it doesn't make sense yet to rush the Atmo engine. We do have coal near us. We might as well just look real quick before we unpause. Yeah. So I wonder if in our independence war we can get Wallachia as a subject. That'll bring coal into our market. And then, we do have lands over here. This is mainly for Serbia. They'll kind of get pissed on that. So let's start our initial stuff. So we do start with 3 logging camps, which is good for construction. We don't have any tools yet, so what we're going to do is we'll start with 2 construction. Now, we're in the Ottoman market, so we do have tools available to us, so they are pretty expensive. But we have no cotton, so let's build that. We'll build 2 more logging camps, and then build ourselves 2 tooling workshops. But we want to get to iron frame buildings. So once we have all this stuff, we'll go... Actually, we'll go 6 iron mines. We're going to need 1 iron mine to send the tooling works to wrought iron tools, and then we'll need 5 iron mines for all the construction. So this is what the initial construction queue is going to look like. Would be nice to know what the character limit is. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I'm no longer using, I'm purging myself from Streamlabs. So we no longer have the Streamlabs chatbot, but we now have the Stream Elements one. So we'll see how Stream Elements chatbot treats us going forward. It's not the true Balkan experience without at least 3 different homelands for a single tile. Yeah, seriously, right? Like, actually, yeah, this is one here we're going to try to take as well, because this is a homeland, but it's also a Greek and Turkish homeland. Alright, so we got construction. Let's get decrees. We got a lot of authority. So we'll do road maintenance in both of those. We'll do promote social mobility in both. We're going to do enlistment efforts in all 3. Because we want to get as many conscripts as possible. Because, or at least as many conscripts assigned as possible. Because one of the things that will add liberty desire to us is our army power projection. So any little bit we can get will be helpful. And we get -6 enactment time, which is nice, but we're going to encourage the resource industry in our construction state to start. So we won't get much in terms of lowering enactment time, but that's okay. You can try to do a less wide run. Basically, only expand to homelands or places where you're going to rely on assimilation through the decree option rather than changing citizenship laws. This is true, but we need to have a higher... It said prestige, right? For Prussia, the Balkans. And have a higher prestige than Prussia. So we do eventually need to have more prestige than Russia. Or Prussia. Now, depending on the run, Prussia might be very strong. It might go down a lot. We've seen Prussia not, you know, become Germany in the latest updates. So they might have less prestige here, but we might have to expand just to get our prestige up. Oh, your last message was automata. That's why I said the character limit thing. Oh. We already got an automata. Okay, I'll take a look at that. Maybe increase the character limit a little bit. Thanks for letting me know. One thing that angers me is that this game is like 5 different buildings for grain with slightly different PMs, but for fabric it's just cotton. Yeah. Well, the livestock ranches. You can get fabric from the livestock ranches. Alright, we've got our construction, we've got our decrees. Let's set an interest in Russia. And then speaking of which... Oh, well, speaking of which, first thing we're going to do... We're going to start damaging relations. Improve relations. Now, we can't... We don't have enough left to improve relations, but... Yeah. So we want to get as many of these support independence treaties as we can. Because it'll raise our liberty desire. And we want to support Serbia, because we need Serbia's liberty desire to stay up. So we'll do this for 25 years. Because we eventually want... well, so Prussia of the Balkans will activate once we become independent. Now, we do want the Balkan League to join, because eventually this is what will help us get the Teamkiller achievement. And just generally, we want to do the Balkan League. But we need Serbia to also be independent. So when we do our independence war, if Serbia is still not free from the Ottomans, we'll add that in too. Oh, and then we need to get cultural fervor up, which means once we get through the build queue, we really do need to get down to nationalism. Because that will help us with that. What else before we unpause? Budget. Let's just keep it this way. I want to get the reserves all the way up before... I want to get the cash reserves all the way up. Because, oops, when we get through most of this build queue, we're going to switch to iron frame buildings. And in general, we're going to want as much cash reserves as we can for when we do the independence war. Now, will Russia do this yet? Not really. Yeah, army power projection. So let's fix that. We have peasant levies, so we can only add conscripts to the infantry. So we're going to add them all in there. We might need to unpause to see any changes. Yeah. So we'll work on that. I think you can eventually get new Helmlands through game mechanics now. Is that right? There might be events that do it. It has to be an event, though. I don't think there's a game mechanic that necessarily lets you. I mean, it is as if linen, flax, hemp, etc. does not exist. Yeah. Yeah, I think they just kind of lump that all together, right? Don't forget to promote separatism. Oh, yeah, both to get your homelands and help Serbia. Yeah, exactly, which is why we need to get to nationalism as well, because we can't do support separatism until we get to that. We'll start off with the negotiation. The armed forces. After several rounds of terse correspondence, the armed forces have met with the Tsar's representatives and outlined their demands. So loss of bureaucracy. Not really. We don't want to do that. Increase the size of the army. We do want to do that, and we are going to do that within 10 years. We could give them political concessions, but we might as well just wait on that because we're going to be increasing our power projection anyway, so we'll say yes to that. Alright, I think we're ready to pause. Let's save the stream. And I'm not forgetting anything, right? We did everything. I should like create a start of stream or start of run checklist at some point. Oh, oh yeah, wait, there are a couple things we want to do. So first off, we start with a pro-Ottoman lobby. That sucks. That's an RNG thing, and so we do start with that. That kind of sucks because yeah, look at this. Clout of pro-overlord political lobby. Yeah. So that sucks. But we're going to request all this stuff. Request support regime. So once we unpause, we'll get an answer on that. So away we go. Yep, so denied. Request market control. Denied. Hey, look, we got people in our country now. That's always good. And then investment rights. Denied. Okay. So look at this. Yeah, damn it. Negative 2.9. And that's because of this. We have got to get rid of this. That kind of sucks. And it's the landowners, which has high clout. But what will help us, so you can see we're getting 0.05 from a support independence. So once we get one from Russia and maybe a couple other people, that'll help us. Revising, and I think what changed is you can now assimilate pops. Oh yeah, on their own homelands. Yep, if you use the assimilation decree. And that was not possible before. I feel you're going to use this a lot. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, now you can assimilate pops in their homeland if you put the promote national values thing down. But in order to use promote national values, we need nationalism. Alright. Yeah, so some influence is going down. Damn it, I'm really kind of pissed with this. So we've got to really disempower the landowners. Because that'll lower the amount of clout for the lobby. Also, if we can get an anti-Ottoman lobby, that will be helpful as well. Oh yeah, let's ask to increase autonomy while we're here. If they say no, we'll get added liberty desire. Alright, excellent. Alright, we got our construction sectors built. They're hiring up. So now we're working on this stuff. Playing in a expand the homeland way rather than changing citizenship laws is a bit of a feedback loop to encourage you to use more authoritarian laws. Oh yeah, since they give you more authority and decrees. Yeah, maybe, right? Maybe this is also a run we can go for the authoritarian achievement. I've never actually done that one. And suppressing the national movements is the decree going to make. Yeah. Oh yeah, let's expand these here, actually. Oh, so that's the only thing we have. Can we... Is there anybody available to us? No. We start with any historical characters? No. Oh, and we do need to add a general, I think. Yeah. A surveyor? Bigoted, okay. Armed Forces Moderate. Toncho Chalikov. And then... So, Woodland Combat Expert. So I do... Yeah, I want somebody here to be our defensive person. Another modder. Okay. Stanko Petrov. There we go. Call these guys the first main army. As we do. Alright, so we'll move along. We just gotta build stuff, so we're actually gonna... Oh, so they got foreign investment rights in us now. Oh, so we now have 100 influence. Has this changed at all? It has. Interesting, they don't want us in that. But we'll owe you an obligation for 25 years. There's 50-50 chance. Yeah! Look at that. Okay. Woot woot! That stopped the Liberty Desire from going down. Now, who likes us? Austria's protective, cautious, wary. So Austria and Prussia. Oh. And we increased our power projection, so we completed the promise that we made to Mr. Frodo. I am always just going to make that joke. I'm sorry. I know. Every time I say it, I'm like, I make that joke a lot with promises, but I just can't help it. Okay. So we are going down here now. So let's lower this. Yeah, we're only going to get $31 pounds if we do. So raise that. Yeah, so it didn't... We're still in an unstable government, which is fine. So wood's super expensive. Fabric's still expensive, but I think it's now going to be hiring up. Yeah. Alright, so that'll hire up. And then we'll stop hemorrhaging money once we get more wood. Oh, I forgot. Yeah. Over here, we want to prioritize this. And then over here, we'll do that. Alright, so now it's level. So let's do a tooling workshop. Let's just do 2 of them before we do that. And now... So now we're kind of bouncing back and forth. Let's take off promoting social mobility here so that we can get ourselves a tax. Yeah, let's tax luxury clothes. Well, let's tax tobacco for now, just so we can get the reserves up a little bit. Alright. Look at me playing a speed 4. Ooh. An Orthodox Church abolitionist. Supports the peasant movement. That will be very helpful to us. What's this guy's name? Matty Karastoyanov. Alright, Matty. Matti Karastoyanov's rhetoric has drawn negative attention to the representatives of the landowners, who he has condemned for obstructing the passage of tenant farmers. I would like to not be on noble privileges at the moment. We can take this, the first option, we'll only go down to -4. Or we could raise the activism. This is actually a tough one. I would like to say on family ties. But I don't think we're going to get there. Raising the peasant movement activism as well. Oh, yeah, well, they don't like this anyway, so it's not going to help us. Let's take the plus 10%. I believe there's unique tobacco company for Bulgaria. Oh, yeah. Okay, I did not... Like I said, it's been a tough week. I did not look up unique companies. I'm going to look that up right now. Look up what we got. Yeah. Alright. So let's look at it. Yeah, here it is. Cool little logo there. So, tobacco. And we can add in opium. Interesting. +3, so oh, we get a prestige tobacco, Basma tobacco. Okay. +3 industrialist approval, +20% industrialist pop attraction, +5% trade center building throughput. That's not so bad. And then we might be able to give this company colonization rights somewhere that has tobacco. What do we need for it? We need corporate charters, obviously. We need a level 5 tobacco. Okay, yeah, we will go for that. Besides the one the country starts. Wait, Marisa, what was that in reference to? Hey, Vast Dasher, hello. Any goals for Bulgaria other than the independence? Yeah, so we're going to go after Prussia, the Balkans achievement. So we need to complete the Prussia, the Balkans journal entry, which we'll get when we get independence. And then we need to have a higher prestige than Prussia. So we're going for that. Then Teamkiller. You know, I didn't actually look at what we need to do for Teamkiller. As a member of the Balkan League, oh yeah, complete the Spoils of War journal entry. So we'll do that. And then we need to be Bulgaria to do those two. So if time permits, we'll try to form Yugoslavia at the end. Look at the comment before. Oh, sorry, Mauricio. Sometimes I'm an idiot, you know? Sometimes I'm dumb. You only get unique characters through the independence event, I think. Besides the one the country starts. Yeah, you're right. You're right. In the... Oh, yes. Advanced adoption. In the dev diary for the Bulgaria content, yeah, they did mention... If you time it right, there are, like, unique character rulers and stuff like that. It didn't say exactly what the time period is, so we'll see. Level 5 tobacco in 2 states. Oh, did it say 2 states? Thank you. Thank you for that. At least 2 Bulgarian states. Thank you, Owl. I totally missed that. That is one of those things in, like, an episode or two. I'll have my level 5 tobacco, and I'll be like, what the hell is wrong with this? It's a bug. Thank you. Precise tobacco, trading center throughput, and the company throughput bonus. You can control the entire tobacco world market with this company. Yeah, if you play it right, I think. Yeah, right? You're gonna rival the United States on tobacco production. Not a bad goal to have. I forgot Prussia, the Balkans was an achievement out of my league for sure. Yeah, we'll see if it's in my league. We will see. That might be a long-term goal in the series. We can definitely get a higher prestige. But it'll take some time. Alright, we got the Bulgarian-Russian Union. That's good. Why are these guys happy? Oh, because, yeah, we are a subject. Alright, so we're still up here. Let's see how Serbia's doing. Alright. Not bad. So they're not going down. Wallachia. Yeah, they're going down. Alright, we got one tooling workshop. Woot, woot, woot. How's the construction materials looking now? Wood's good. Ah, fabric. Could go to exploitative practices. Oh, no, this actually lowers the amount of fabric. Oh, I see. It'll bring down the wage target and stuff. Yeah, no, we don't. We'll stay on violent treatment only because we have to. Supporters of tenant farmers among the Orthodox Church, headed by Mady Karstoyanov, have questioned the government publicly on the amount of time that is required in order for the law to pass. Get some extra authority. That's not so bad. No, I'd rather take this. We'll get pop attraction and activism to the peasant movement. Which technically isn't so bad, though. They do oppose the law we're doing right now. But that'll help us in eventually going to go to homesteading. Long-term goal, you should try to take Constantinople. Besides all the homelands, you even get a unique event to encourage you to do that. Oh, nice, with the Prussia, the Balkans events. Oh, very cool. Yeah, I haven't actually gone through the Prussia, the Balkans events yet. So yeah, let's do it. Let's take it. Because we'll have our independence war, but through the Balkan League, there is going to be another war with the Ottomans in order to take the rest of our homeland. So there is that. Oh, what are these guys building? Opium and a trade center. Oh, speaking of which, let's ping our trade centers. Alright. And I don't think we have some anywhere else, right? Nope. And nope. Alright, we'll stay like this. It's the Balkans. One thing you'll have plenty of is wars. Yeah, right? It's our main export. Wars. Maybe we can try to create a peaceful Balkans. Right? That'll be for you, Mauricia. Mauricio wants a pacifist run in something soon. We'll be the Balkans version of pacifist. Just a little bit of war. Hey, King Hulk, hello, hello. I'm a little late, but best of luck on another amazing run. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. A little bit, but we're still pretty early, actually. I mean, so far all we've really built are 2 construction sectors, the cotton plantation. Well, I guess a logging camp and a tooling. Okay, so we built a couple of things, actually. It's still pretty early. Alright, so money's going up, which we want. We want to get more reserves in there. How's the... Oh. Ah, so... Here's the only thing that worries me about this. Is Egypt is going to be ready to fight a war against the Ottomans much sooner than we are. But at the same time, I don't want to say no to a support independence. And if they go for independence and we get brought into that, I don't think Russia will join in either. Though it's not like we lose the treaty. I mean, we're going to say yes to this. It will raise our liberty desire as well. Yeah, so look at that. We're getting plus 0.28 from the support independence stuff, which is pretty much completely counteracting now that pro-overlord political lobby. A newspaper called the Mazija Guardian has printed a bigoted article about the Turkish people living there. We can suppress the article, or we can let it be released. Yeah, we'll take the authority hit. I don't want to take any negative standard of living because we're already pretty low. We got to work on that. Alright. Let's see here. Sorry, just looking at stuff. YouTube stream portal doing YouTube stream portal things. Hey, Jack, what's up? What's up? How are you? Managed to figure out OBS. Stream quality looks better today. Yeah, thank you. Good. Glad to hear. Yes, I did. So we are using OBS. We're also using stream elements now for, like, chat modding and chatbot stuff. So, testing out a whole bunch of new things now. Tenant Farmers has stalled, so what we're going to have to do is lower taxes so that we get rid of this -10 legitimacy. So we're back up to 33. We can actually afford it, which is nice. It looks better. Even your camera looks a little bit crisper. Oh, nice! Okay, cool. Yeah, OBS all around for the win. I can't believe Streamlabs still has not gotten back to me with my trouble ticket, where I'm like, I can't... Your program keeps disconnecting my streams. What do I do? And just crickets. It's been almost a week. Yeah, I think a lot of people just use OBS now. Yeah, that's the thing I found when I started asking some fellow streamers, like, hey, have you ever used Streamlabs? What's the issue? And a friend of mine was like, oh man, yeah, I use Streamlabs. I got rid of it. Now I use OBS. I'm like, this was the thing I did not know. Don't use Streamlabs. Oh yeah, you can also try Meld Studio if you're on Windows. I did actually. So what was it? I think it was Thursday morning we were having all the tech issues. So Thursday evening, I did Meld Studio, and then Friday evening I did OBS with the Stream Elements plugin. I wanted to try both of them, see which one worked best. Meld was very good, actually. I ended up just doing OBS because it seems to be good. Oh, nice, we have Romanticism now. And I kind of already had a lot of stuff set up because you could import a lot of the Streamlabs overlays and stuff over, so I ended up sticking with OBS. But Meld was very good, the one stream I did with it. I think people use Streamlabs when OBS wasn't quite caught up with multi-stream, but now is caught up. Everyone just uses OBS. I will say this, though. Streamlabs, there's a lot of things Streamlabs does that makes things just very easy and simple. It's actually very good. The problem is, it's not just me. A lot of people are reporting this, that their streams are disconnecting. And so connecting to the stream service is like the base function of all this streaming software. So Streamlabs has a lot of really good added benefits, but if it can't do the base function, none of that other stuff matters. Which is why I don't understand why this isn't like an emergency in Streamlabs offices. So I still say, I mean, Streamlabs is a good program if the base function works. Because a lot of other stuff is actually very nice in it. But unfortunately, we're not using it anymore. In Matti Karastoyanov's body of published works is a popular new book with a vision of what tenant farmers might look like. Lawyers affiliated with the intelligentsia say the contents are legally sound. Alright. So he can get popularity. That's fine. 2 approval from the intelligentsia. They're already... But plus 15% pop attraction. We get plus 5% enactment chance. Get plus 10 here. Only... 5 years of just plus 30 pounds of government expenses. We're going to take this. I only used OBS, only streamed for a little bit, but never had an issue. Yeah. See, that's the other thing now. Even if Streamlabs fixes their issue, I'm going to be nervous the whole time because I don't have confidence in it. And it seems like OBS, I mean, knock on wood here, everyone kind of says they have very good luck with that. So also, just for my own sanity, I'm going to use OBS because it seems to be the thing that works. All right, we now have 2 tooling workshops, which is nice. And so we're making money on it. We have a lot of tools, but tools are expensive in the market, so we're making money on that. So to go here, we'll need 36 iron. 1 iron mine will make 20. So basically what we're going to do is, when this first iron mine finishes, we'll switch to wrought iron tools so that we can make more money from this building. And then these other 5 will be for switching to iron frame buildings. Prussia improving relations. So can we get another support independence treaty? They really don't want to do it. But what about Prussia? Yeah, they really don't want to do it either. Oh, what's Greece think of us? Okay. So we'll come back to them in a little bit. I feel like the latency is lower as well. I can see my chats on screen pretty much as soon as I send them. Wow, okay. Yeah, you agree. Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, hey! And the Stream Elements chat bot that I set up worked, I see. Very nice. Although, oh, I don't think it worked in YouTube. Alright, I'll have to work on that. Because the chat bot I used also was Streamlabs. Organizers affiliated with the Bulgarian supremacist movement. Oh, hey, we have tenant farmers. Yeah, okay. Organizers affiliated with the Bulgarian supremacist movement have embarked on a focus campaign to inspire support for migration controls in Dobruja. Yeah, we don't want this. So we're going to take this. The armed forces suggest a more hard-line foreign policy towards the Ottoman Empire due to our poor relations. Yep. We'll take that. Oh, look at that. And we do need some approval from the armed forces. And then, something I was about to do. We do need to do another law. So we're going to move for professional army. We'll negotiate with the intelligentsia. The intelligentsia pour only their best vintage and smoke only their finest tobacco during a polite discussion with government representatives about professional army. Without a past legacy slavery, we have many other things we really do need to tackle first. And I'd rather just go for slavery banned than go to, like, one of those laws. We don't want to lower taxes, but we will do political concessions. Hey, Jack back on YouTube. Hello, YouTube Jack. We're so traumatized with your bots. It's fine if we can see him. I know, right? You say maybe the Stream Elements bot will be better, but it already censored Super Frank. How dare you, bot? How dare you? I gotta look at the caps limit that was set up. I didn't really change many options when I set it up. Increased sightings of the Ottoman Loyal Order. Members socializing with lawmakers at restaurants and entertainment establishments are raising concerns about lobbyist conduct. Ooh, yeah. Minus 10% political strength for 5 years. We don't want to appease them. And we'll get plus 5 legitimacy. Perfect, perfect. Brings us to 43. Had to give up on egalitarian Japan. Oh no, I was running out of time. I had a tough time passing multiculturalism, yeah, since I have plenty of peasants and 99% of Japanese. Trying it with Sweden now. Okay, cool. Yeah, Sweden will probably be a little bit less resistance. I can see Japan being a difficult one for that. I still have my one offline going with Russia for the egalitarian society objective, but I don't get to play my 4 fun runs offline as much, you know, with all the streaming and video editing I gotta do now. Woe is me. You always want to do the rare staying national supremacy run or not feeling like it. Oh, you want to do the rare staying national supremacy. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good question. So the only thing that sucks about it, though, is I don't want any migration controls, because eventually we're going to want migration. And that's the problem. I suppose we could counter it if we did one of the citizenship laws they like. Army reserves, very nice. Let's add more for the power projection. Maybe we'll do a supremacist run. I'm kind of undecided yet. We do have some time to think about it, because we're not exactly at a point where it's going to make large differences. Oh, yes, this is good. Food industries. We need some food industries before the war for our mobilization options. It's something I was going to add in there, but if they're going to build this one, well, woot woot to that. And sweeteners. Now, we don't have access to sugar, but we can do it in our wheat farms. To outside observers, the armed forces may appear firmly committed to the idea of professional army, but behind this facade of unity, discord has long festered. Now a clique of dissenters have finally had enough and have officially broken with their fellow members over the issue of reform. I don't want to take a setback yet in the first phase for just plus 5%. So we'll get the -10. We'll take this one. All right. We are, though, at the hour mark, so we do have to take a quick 90-second break, pay homage to our gods of ads. And so... All right. So 90 seconds, and we will be right back. All right, and we're back. And we're back. Let's see. What did I miss? What did I miss? To be fair, Japan does not really have multiculturalism in 2026. Good point. We appreciate you for it, Ham. Ah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, my friend. Ham, I know you're interested in proper pronunciation, so it is more like, oh, Dabruga. Ah, their G is more like second G in Georgia. Georgia. Ja. Ah, okay. Don't know if I can explain properly. No, no, no. That does. So, Dabruja, Georgia, Dabruja. Dabruja. Okay, there we go. Thank you. I always appreciate help with pronunciation. Have you considered making for immigration with getting the max approval, perk of the church, the canned food mandate, oh, and staying in legal guardianship, all of which increase birth rate? Yeah, I've never leaned fully into, like, the birth rate end of the run. I always kind of lean towards workforce. I should probably at some point try leaning into birth rate and see if it really outweighs it. I just kind of feel like workforce is the way to go. Though increasing the workforce percentage takes time too, so yeah, I gotta try that at some point. Also, my knowledge of Bulgarian is low, but the name of that agitator... Oh, Mati Karastoyanov. Mati Karastoyanov. Okay. I'm not sure about the last name, but not 100% sure about... Oh, I am sure about the last name, not 100% about the first name. Okay. Ja is almost exact as German word ja. Yes. Ja. Oh. Karastoyanov. Karastoyanov. Okay. Thank you. Awesome. Things I should have done before the stream. Hey, Chaba, what's up? What's up? Good to see you, my friend. How you doing? How was your weekend? Also, try keeping state religion and converting for a change you feel like. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to lean into the birth rate thing, right? The state religion kind of helps with that. I mean, we're probably going to be leaning into them because we would like to get that agitator. Yeah, they're still not pressuring. Oh, wait. Oh, he's part of the Orthodox Traditionalist movement now. Oh! Okay. So we're about to purposely get some radicals on our side. Damn, see the problem is now the intelligentsia are giving us quite a bit there. So what we'll do is... I mean, this is such a bad thing to do, because we're going to get radicals for it. But we're going to throw the Orthodox Church in there. We'll have a legitimate government for a moment. And now we'll make this guy the leader. So they do get more pop attraction. That's about it. But we now have an abolitionist heading the church. So yeah, we're going to get like 4.5k of radicals there, but that's fine. It was worth it to get the church up there. Ah, look, and speaking of which, we're getting +2 birth rate for that. And more authority. Alright. Now, is there anybody we can... Anybody else we can get? The trade union's land reformer. Oops, well, not anymore. Lawmakers working towards the enactment of professional army have found themselves mired in a particularly complex set of bureaucratic proceedings, grinding the work towards reform to a near halt. Well, we'll lose 5% bureaucracy. It's going to put us in the negative. But not by much. We'll do that. I tried to get Dairuka to pronounce Hohenzollern correctly. I gave in after 5 minutes. Oh no. Hey, J-Makers, what's up, what's up? Uh-oh. How are you, my friend? Oh, nice job of working alone so I can watch him. Nice, nice. What luck. Oh, boy. And now we're at war. Which kind of sucks. Oh, we're on the side of the Ottomans. Alright. Yeah, that's right. I mean, we're a subject of the Ottomans, so we don't have to fight it. So that treaty is actually pretty good for us because it's helping us get even more liberty desire. Representing his constituents in the intelligentsia, Grigor Zivkov has issued a formal petition to the Bulgarian government to pass legacy slavery. I don't want to do that yet. But I will do freedom of conscience. I will do that, yeah. We'll do that. A mine in Severna, Trachea has collapsed, trapping miners within the dark shafts below. The scale of the accident has made the tragedy a story across Severna, Trachea, and the nation. 5% radicals in the lower strata. That's a lot of people. But we could use the industrialists being happy and having more political strength, so we'll take it. Yeah, we lost that because we can't support them. Alright. But what's that going to do here? Alright, not much. Better use the abolitionist church to get rid of slavery as the next law before the guy's too old. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. We should take a look at how old that guy is. We might lose them. The fervently nationalistic armed forces has turned its rhetoric towards Russia and its province of Russian... hold on, let me scroll up here. Russian Dobruja. Russian Dobruja. They have begun lobbying for hostile action against Russia to realize their territorial ambitions. Ah, man, an anti-country Russia lobby. No. No, no, no. Oh, so the armed forces will only lose 2 approval. They're really good right now, so we'll take that. Like, why? Why anti-Russian society? How about an anti-Ottoman society? Like, why would you guys not start the anti-lobby to our overlord? Oh, so we have iron mines here. So let's increase tools. Well, it is saying we're going to lose money on that, but... doesn't matter, we need the tools. Because we're about to need a bunch more for all of these iron mines. So we have a surplus of 11 in the market, or 10 now. So yeah, once we get through that, lot rate success, excellent. Yes, 1840. Ottomans always go for it. Also, you're not obliged to raise an army. Yeah, yeah. We're definitely not raising an army for it. Good luck, guys. Tell us how it went. Alright, cotton gin. So we'll start getting tech spread on lathe in a second. An outbreak of crop disease in Tambov has begun to spread across much of the European continent. With the failed harvest looming, fears of famine have begun to circle. Yeah, so 2 years of 300-pound government expenses to lower this is good. Now, we also need to start thinking about things that we're going to need to be making on our own once we separate from the Ottoman market in independence. I guess we're not doing state religion in this game either. Yeah, I mean, we're on it right now. So technically, we doing it right now. Just not for long. Yeah, the army has no sense of priorities. Come on, you guys. Stay focused. Stay focused, my friends. Let's see. So what do we need to build next? Oh, yes. So what we want to do is build small arms and artillery. So let's take a look at what units were sent where. Okay, so this state has all of the artillery. And this state has all of the line infantry. So what we'll do is we'll build small arms here and artillery there. And then let's do... Now we'll have to scale this up because if we build too many units, we won't be able to afford it. So we'll do 10. So Mazisha will get 10. And then we'll do 12 here to get them to 15. And then these guys will get 12. Now, it says this will take 6 years, but not really, because once we get these iron mines done, we'll switch to iron frame buildings, and we'll have more construction points. What were all the war goals set here? So, independence, or... Yikes. Or the Ottomans pretty much take everything. Okay. What was meant as a routine speech about the merits of professional army by Vladimir Lukhanov has quickly devolved into a public relations disaster for the armed forces. So yeah, we'll take the setback and get the plus 10% enactment success chance. Serbian National Awakening, good. What's their liberty desire at? Alright, excellent. Wallachia... Yeah. I think we are going to try to take Wallachia as a subject. One thing that is a little worrying, though, is that our Tsar... We're going to get plus 20% infamy because of him. But, you know... It is what it is. Oh, yes, and thank God we'll have our Arts Academy. I wouldn't want to separate from the Ottomans and have no input of arts in our country. I shouldn't say that. I am glad. And actually, you know, fine art is a very, not a very easy way, easier thing to use to get extra prestige, which will help us with the Prussia, the Balkans achievement. We need as much prestige as we can get. So we should become one of the main producers of art. I think Serbia starts with a tiny army, so you can also take over that. Yeah. Yeah, we'll take that over, which will help us eventually when we want to form Yugoslavia, I guess. Uzar just can't shut up about how he wants to beat up all his neighbors. Sounds like some world leaders, huh? Building a coal mine in Wallachia. Okay. Oh, nope, changed their mind. Logging camps in Tripoli. How about you build something here in our country? A statue of Tsar Asen Ganeshev was commissioned, and it has been suggested that it be displayed proudly in Slaverna Trachea. Yeah, we'll take the prestige. Oh yeah, so law progressive consideration. So for this food industry, we'll need some sugar for the production method. How much do we have here? Nothing. How is wheat or grain? So we have plus 60. So let's switch this to citrus orchards. So that gives us plus 3. It's not a lot, but we'll do that. Also, it'll be pretty profitable because, yeah, this stuff is very expensive in the Ottoman market. Oh, hey! Robney, hello. I did a Bulgaria playthrough a week ago, released myself free, and rushed to join the Prussian market. Managed to form Greater Bulgaria, Moldavia, and Constantinople to Albania to Serbia, and passed German prestige for achievement in 1901. Nice, congrats! Very well played. Sounds like that was a good run. Interesting. Why did you join the Prussian market? Because it sounds like you probably had a pretty good, strong market independently, right? Apparently the war is going terribly for the white and blue team. The X region is definitely not giggling and laughing anymore. Yeah. Who could have seen that coming, right? Who could have possibly known? God, the world is being run by idiots. And it's getting worse and worse. Now, this is always going to be very profitable because, yeah, there's an iron shortage in the Ottoman market. It's also stupid. It is, right? It's also stupid. Just being run by people who have no idea what they're doing. No idea what they're doing, but also they feel like they do know what they're doing. Oh man, we got a setback. Be nice if we could get the Orthodox Church in there. But we really do need to keep the intelligentsia of the armed forces in there. A series of perceived poor decisions by the Sunni rights movement has led to a notable decrease in its ability to raise money. Numerous wealthy sympathizers have quietly halted their support for the movement in its current form. We will take this. We'll get plus 2%. Pops in. Mazisha become loyalist. You know, that reminds me, we didn't look at our society, actually. So what do we got? Bulgarians primary. Then, you know, we got 500,000 Turkish. And then Romanian, Greek, Ibu, Sephardim, Ukrainian, and Ibibio. And then state religions Orthodox. Then 500,000 Sunni. Hey! Oh, they increased our autonomy. They changed us to a protectorate. Okay. An animist and Jewish. Okay. And we got a different flag now. We don't have the Ottoman there. We now have the royal crest. It looks like our liberty... Oh, no. Our liberty desire didn't go down. It's because they changed their thing. But we're going back up. Alright, that's good. Oh, hey, Outer Signal, what's up? Hello, my friend, how you doing? Glory to Yugoslavia. That's right. Oops, the oil price just hiked up to $105. Surely this will not affect any respectable U.S. citizen. No, not at all. I mean, I don't even have a car, and it's going to affect me. Alright. The war is over. You know, I didn't check, actually. Oh, so they got it. They got their independence. Okay. Egypt is free! Now, will you support us? Oh, they don't like us. We could improve relations, but we now have a lot more influence. So let's increase with Prussia. Or maybe not. They're only cautious toward them. And also cautious. Okay. So let's improve with Austria, because eventually at some point, when Austria starts going to war, I was going to say when Austria starts going to war with Prussia, eventually down the line we might want to support that, because we want Prussia's prestige to be low. Oh yes, law progress to adoption. I siphoned like 5 million Germans to my workforce, really. Oh, and demand for my goods, so I could specialize in low-tech goods like wood. Oh, very nice. Well played. Well played. Nice. That Colin Jost bit on SNL for Crystal Meth Rumsfeld Pete Excess was hilarious. Oh, I keep seeing that pop up on my YouTube algorithm. I gotta watch it. I keep seeing the thumbnail. I'm like, oh, eventually I'm going to turn that on. I always see it, though, when my kids are in the room. So I'm always like, I'll watch it when they're not here. And then when the kids aren't in the room, I forget about it. Alright, let's upgrade. So in 6 weeks when this iron mine is done, we'll switch over to iron frame buildings. We got a decent investment pool starting to build. I'm good, buddy. How are you? Doing good, doing good. Doing good. I mean, I say I'm doing good. Actually, I have, like, a bit of an ear infection that really hurts. So, I'm good, but, you know, I've been better. A lowborn man has risen as the popular leader of the intelligentsia, with some not so pleased by such social mobility. So who do we got here? What's this guy giving us? Grigor Zivkov. So he's giving them plus 5% political strength. Going to sue opposition. Let's roll the dice. Let's see what we get. Oh, wonderful. Play stupid games, get stupid results. We got an authoritarian intelligentsia. Stilian Mihailov. I should have been like, you don't need a new intelligentsia. You have an intelligentsia at home. Alright. Well, what do we get with this guy? Look at, and we get nothing. Oh, so we still get plus 5% interest group political strength, but minus 10 pop attraction. Great. You know, that was not the move. I'm sick of coughing. Yeah, same here. I've had a bit of a cough for a while here and a clogged ear for like 2.5 weeks. Tired of it. Members of the Ottoman Loyal Order have discreetly dispatched one of their number to amplify their mission in Bulgaria's most widely read newspaper. Yeah, I don't like being on noble privileges there. No, we're not going to take... We'll take that. And now we can switch to iron frame buildings. Everyone back to horse-drawn carriages. Yeah, pretty soon. Pretty soon that's what the world's going to go back to. The better Egypt does, the better for you. Yeah, this is true. We'll increase relations with them, and they don't like the Ottomans, so it'll be easier to possibly get them. What's your reaction when Sen Massey War Act bill refused by both the House and the Senate, the bill that will stop the ongoing conflict? I mean, I think it's ridiculous, but not surprising. The Republican Party will let this lunatic do anything he wants. So I'm not surprised it didn't pass. It's still just as infuriating, though. After a series of costly and embarrassing setbacks, the sitting Bulgarian government has decided to halt its pursuit of professional army. Damn it. It will be some time before political will exist to try again. Alright, that's really annoying. That is annoying. Well, okay, we do need to go for freedom of conscience. So we'll go for freedom of conscience. By the time we're done with that, we should be able to go for professional army again. My reaction is Massey and kind of 2028. Yeah. Yeah. The U.S. already moved its THAAD air defense system to Korea. Yeah. Yeah, J-Maker's right. Yeah, bipartisan ticket. Ultimately, that is what a lot of this comes down to. Alright, let's negotiate with the armed forces. The intelligentsia have held secret discussions with the armed forces, seeking a certain arrangement concerning freedom of conscience. So now we'll take the political concessions for them. Oh, get well soon, Ham. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I finally went to the doctor this morning before the stream and got some eardrops, so I should be on the mend shortly now. It's not like you're aiming for a democratic run much this game. Well, no, once we gain independence, so this is one of the things I pointed out in the dev diary for the Bulgaria content. When we gain independence, we'll have the option to immediately pass presidential republic. So the days of Mr. Tsar Ganeshev are numbered if we can win independence. Paddle steamer. Alright, excellent. Our navy is just going to be so much more powerful. Our non-existent navy. People that the land they promised 3,000 years ago fleeing from that. Sorry, but our nobles love sending conscripted peasants just to oof in the meat grinder that much. Yeah, don't forget to abolish slavery soon. Oh, yes, I never checked the age of that guy. Okay, he's 38. We do have some time. We really do need professional army first. So we're going to do this. We're going to go professional army, and then we should have time to ban slavery next. And that will significantly decrease the landowner's clout, which will decrease the clout of this lobby. This pro-Ottoman lobby. Although, you know, we could use a government admin here. I'll add that to the list. Let's build that now. It'll build up quick. We don't need to even use paper in it yet. It'll help balance out our budget here. Before we start adding in a bunch of military. Yeah, the anti-monster platform is impossible to beat. Yeah, no one wants to be ruled by those people. Yeah, exactly. So it's become the one bipartisan issue of non-powerful people in the country. Did the doctor allow you to stream? I didn't mention it. Although I do have like a cotton ball. This is the ear that's bad. I have a cotton ball in my ear so that the headphone doesn't affect it. So I'm really only hearing the headphones from my one ear. Bulgarian Navy is the best. Spread the word. That's right. It will be. It will be. We eventually will need a navy. We won't need it for the independence war, but eventually when we're independent, we're going to need to protect our convoys. Law progressive consideration. Very nice. Nothing from these guys yet. Who are they rivals with? So the US doesn't consider them a rival, but the Ottomans do. So the only true one is Russia. Disagreements between the landowners and the intelligentsia are causing conflicts in government. We'll take -2 approval to the intelligentsia. I would like to stay off of noble privileges as much as possible. Oh, and we won't lose avant-garde yet. Okay. – 75% of U.S. Parliament consistently hamper the efforts to punish people in this scandal. Amazing somebody. Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. And it's so blatant. It's just so blatant at this point what's happening. My colleague went home with the keys and the back door is open. Oh my god. That sucks. Call him. Get back here, man. This ain't my problem. That's just say that. Now I believe we're not yeah, we're not a participant to the Springtime of the People here. Oh no, you want to hear the Ottomans coming from the right. I know, don't tell them. Don't tell them my one weakness. My right side. Oh, need to go, but before I left, ZH is pronounced as one sound, like first G in Georgia, but D in it is silent. Ah, again, I'm bad at explaining, and is hard to find proper sounding. No, I think you're pretty good at explaining. I appreciate it. Okay. So ZH is pronounced like the first G. We have somebody with that, right? No. Well, I'll see. Okay, so J. Thank you. I appreciate that. And thanks for hanging out. Hopefully I'll see you next time, my friend. Bulgarian Navy is the Navy where sun never set in any of the kingdom's land. Dedication. This is how we know you love us. Hearing impaired, tired and sick, but still streaming for our enjoyment. I have to say, last night my ear was hurting. I did not get a lot of sleep last night. And when I laid down in bed last night, I was like, damn it, I think I'm going to have to cancel my streams tomorrow because I am in pain. Luckily, when I woke up, there was no more pain. So, yes, dedication. A fiery Orthodox preacher has shown up in the capital, provoking fights with guards and yelling the most incendiary rhetoric. He is clearly attempting to be arrested and make himself a martyr for the faith. Oh. The waves of crop disease that wrecked the European continent throughout the hungry 40s has subsided. Whilst the blighted fields may never again be able to host the infected variety of potatoes, other crops are expected to make a full recovery. Plus 5% trade advantage for imports. That might help us during the war, and we can afford 50 authority. Although plus 10% agriculture throughput, that'll help us get a little bit more sugar, which we'll need for the food industries, which we'll also need for the war. So we'll take this. And then, this murder guy. So we could just lose a straight up 10%. Or take a gamble. Oh, I see. So the real gamble is we'll get the negative 10%, but also 5% of clergy become radical, or we gain 15. Let's roll the dice. So, all right, so we got the added radicals. You know, I need to start being a little more mindful of that. Yeah, I called. Just hope he's stoned. Oh, no. I am sorry, Jabba. Apparently he threw the keys in the trash last time around. Oh, no. Maybe this guy shouldn't have keys anymore. Typical for the world right now, right? We're working with idiots. There was no more pain. The ear was lying on the floor. Yeah. I half expected to, like, have to lose my ear or something. The war with Hungary here. Yeah, we're not going to oppose Austria. I just was news that Zoran just got some disturbance by 2 people that visited his mansion. Yeah. Executive White Sword. Yeah. They, like, left an explosive device near the mayor's mansion. Just the most ridiculous times that we live in. Thank God nothing happened, though. So what's the actual date when we can go for professional armies again? So another 7 months. Okay. So we now have our arms industry. Yeah, we do need more iron, though. What is it in the Ottoman market? Lost stalled. Okay. Alright, so pretty good. So we're about to get the artillery foundry and then increase the military. So it'll add expenses, but we're at a pretty good budget standing right now. It'd be nice if we could add more construction. But we really do need to spend money on adding more units. Alright, hopefully we get one of those promise events where they're just going to give us some added success chance. Alright, so we're almost there, 8 more weeks. Silk plantations in Wallachia. I mean, honestly, as long as the private sector is building, that's good, because I wouldn't want to take on the entirety of construction costs right now anyway. Like, we take on another 1.5k. That would hurt us quite a bit. We could sell stuff. I'll wait, though, until we increase the military, because we might have a negative budget by that point. The wine produced in Severna, Trachea has been lauded by Somalis as outstanding. Oh yeah, we'll take the prestige. You know, look at us, we're actually 29th in the world. Not too bad. In the midst of the debate surrounding freedom of conscience, one of the country's leading playwrights, strongly associated with the intelligentsia, has staged a widely acclaimed play whose politically laden theme makes no secret of the author's desire for the law to be passed. Yeah, we're going to take the plus 10% success chance. Thank you very much. A lot of that is deliberate deception. Agitation is largely meant to maintain plausible deniability in the U.S. White people are blamed for everything for a reason. Yeah, I mean, that whole event seems so odd. Like those two people... oh wait, hold on. So we got external trade too. Not bad. You know, we should increase our trade center. What do we got? Oh, we got 3 levels. So they were like radicalized. It's like these two men. They say they were radicalized and joined ISIS. But then it seems like they attacked our Muslim mayor. It's very odd stuff about it all around. All right, we have our artillery here. Yeah, hardwood is a bit rough. You know, we can afford to do this now. And yeah, it only yeah, look at that. Okay, so good. So we were able to do that. And so now this is a little bit better. Oh, we got lathe. Okay. So we can increase the furniture that we're making. Yeah, let's do that. So you guys are making fancy furniture, and you guys are not. That's good. Oh, you know, we don't have any tooling over here yet. Let's build 1 tooling. Now, we're going to have food industries here. I want to build a food industry here as well. The idea being one of these will give us liquor, and one will give us just groceries. I'll have 3 there, 2 there. We'll need... We'll 3 more there for the food industries. And we'll build 1 there. Most obvious and real white supremacists, yeah, are in the White House. Yep, Blue HQ. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just kind of, it's almost like common knowledge that we all just kind of have to live with and know and addresses. Also, we have somebody using all the data on the work phones, and I came, and again, somebody used a lot, but I have your stream running, so I'm possibly suspect number 1. I gotta document my usage well. I got deleted. Oh no. Wait, what do you mean you got deleted? Somebody's using all the data. Yeeks. Sorry. Oh, good. We're building some shipyards. Because that was one of the things we were going to need to build when we get independence. Our trade center was going to suffer from that, or our ports more specifically, but good. The private sector is going to build it for us. Now, how much extra tobacco do we have? 36. So we're going to need 1 more. Why don't we just build 2 more? We're going to need 5 there. Oh, wait, to get that company... We need a level 5... Okay, so we got this state. Okay. So we want excess tobacco. I'm thinking now about setting up our mobilization options in preparation for the war. Yeah, as much as this would be nice, I'm not going to pay you guys that. Ideological differences of government. So they don't have the landowners in there. That's interesting. But we can't really throw the landowners out. Wait, yo, what the hell? Why are all your messages deleted? What? What happened? That message got deleted, even though it was nothing strange. Oh, yeah, wait. Oh, see, because I'm looking at the OBS multi-chat here, so it doesn't delete it from me. But now that I'm looking at the Twitch feed, yeah. Alright. Alright, you know what? Yeah, so I'm using a new chat bot, the Stream Elements one. After this stream ends, I'm going to have to take a look at it and see. I had it set at, like, minimum settings, though. Damn. My apologies, Java. Well, I saw it, because I can see it on the OBS screen here. Yes, some bot really going crazy again. I think the Streamlabs bot called up the Stream Elements one and was like, yo, listen, let me warn you about that stream. They say the wildest stuff in there. Our extra training has seemed to pay off. Troops in Dobruja have put their training to use and learned some new tactics that might help us should we find ourselves at war. Excellent. Plus 10% offense, 10% defense for 10 years. So that'll take us to 1855. We should definitely be fighting the war by then. Okay, good. So we're now going after General Staff and Field Works. We need to get that before we do the war. Good. We're getting tech spread on logistics. Getting tech spread on mechanical tools. Honestly, we might go stock exchange next to get the plus 10% mappy. And then we'll do these. Actually, we'll go canneries, because we'll be able to get more groceries. I don't want to go bankrupt during this war, and we need the groceries to get plus 10% offense defense in our military, so the added groceries will be very beneficial, and all we'll really have to do is build up some livestock ranches. So we'll do that. Then we'll go stock exchange, and then we'll do this stuff. It timed me out, and then it kills everything. Maybe because I used hashtag. Maybe a lot of dots. Oh, maybe it was the dot. Or no, maybe it was the hashtag. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at it. Maybe, yeah, maybe that's like one of the symbols or something. It's always so hard to get a good chat moderator bot going. Ooh. Wallachia will pay us £1,000 a week to have an alliance. I mean, sure. Yeah. Okay. This incoming war would have been much easier if we had a professional army. No, the nobles want their conscripted peasants so bad. Yeah, I know. Seriously, right? What the ale? What the ale? How much more time before we could... Speaking of which... Alright, good. We can go for it now. So we'll do that next right after Freedom of Conscience. Let's take a look at our military. Nice. We got 14 of those guys built up. Is that actually enough here? Okay. Oh, we need more iron. Alright, so what we're going to do is we'll put these iron mines to the top. We'll finish this. So we'll build the iron mines before we start building the rest of the artillery. I think it's the hashtag. And it was like, we don't do that here. Yeah. There's a new sheriff in town. And we do not hashtag. Oof, okay. We certainly are building up some stuff in Wallachia, aren't we? All right. Nice. So we have all of this. We might stick with just the one army for the war. See, the idea is... like, we're not going to be able to actually build a military that can threaten them. We're going to be leaning heavily on the people supporting us. Oh, Austria. I forgot about the Hungary War. It would be very helpful if you would join us. But it does seem like... and we got some time. Well, this will give us a 35% chance without the investment rates. I mean, it wouldn't be so bad to have the... oh, you know... okay, what we'll do is we'll do investment rights. We'll do it for 5 years. Because when we win independence, this article goes away. And then we'll be able to withdraw this. This will give 15%, so we'll use the obligation as well. Yeah, lottery success, nice. Alright, so we'll do this. Alright, so now we have France. So we have France and Russia backing us. So what we're going to do is... basically... oh, 5 years. Well... when we get through this build queue, we'll be ready for the war. Now, that treaty with France won't be binding after 5 years, so what we'll do is, it'll take 5 years to build all of this. Although we can add another construction sector, actually. We'll build this iron, we'll do another construction sector to get through this queue a little bit, because I want to be able to get France into the war before the binding period ends. The binding period for the Russian agreement is like 25 years, so they're in there. Yeah, they're in there for like 15 more years. And our budget is looking very nice, so we really can afford another construction sector. Now, man, yeah, this guy would really help us a lot. We got to go professional army next. Then I really want to get off traditionalism. We are going to go get off traditionalism before slave trade. So hopefully that guy sticks around long enough. Oh, let's take a save real quick. How's our Liberty Desire? Good. How's theirs? Good. Wallachia? Poops. Doesn't matter, though. Oh, more tooling workshops. Very nice. Probably shouldn't have... Let me take this out of the list. It would have been nice if they built the tooling workshops themselves there. Yeah, don't forget to store money before the war. Ah, freedom of conscience, nice. So yeah, we'll see after this construction sector is built. As long as our budget doesn't go horrible. Because we have quite a bit saved up right now. We also have some buildings that we can sell. We haven't sold any yet, so I've been kind of holding on to them. Alright, let's go for professional armies now. Let's negotiate here. Amid much shouting, insults, and regrettable turns of phrase, several paths have emerged that would convince the intelligentsia to allow professional armies to pass. Nope. Yeah, we'll do the political concessions. We got a illegitimate government. What happened here? Why did we suddenly... Several prominent supporters of the peasant movement have approached the government with an ambitious petition to see through their agenda. The petition has been promoted as a necessary starting point amongst the movement's membership. Yeah, we'll take that. With the recent investment in Severna Trachea, the raw goods industry has resulted in a positive balance for the iron mines there. Interest groups are quick to try to claim credit for this investment. Oh, yeah. So we will take pop attraction to them. All right. So we are at the 2-hour mark. So we do need to take a quick break. Pay homage to our ad gods. 90 seconds, and we will be right back. All right, and we're back. And we're back. And away we go. Alright. Oh, yeah, wait. So we gotta fix, what happened here? So the armed forces are adding the most. So we're gonna have to take the intelligentsia out. We could get the church in there. Would they negotiate with us? Yeah. They would. They're not very happy about it. Alright, we'll do this because we're gonna get like double the cost of negotiating with the Orthodox Church. So we'll just do this. Alright. We might be able to do 2 more construction sectors. We'll build the first one, and then we'll see what that puts us at. Oh good, we're now building the shipyards. Tooling workshop. Excellent stuff all around, guys. Alright, let's see when that fires up. Yeah, so we're in the negative now, which isn't so bad. Could add another tax in there. General staff, excellent. This is just a prerequisite for the war. Ottoman Empire gains in... I thought we already had that. Okay. Alright. Moldavia wants a defensive pact. I don't think we want to do that. Wallachia or Russia might be attacking them. To outside observers, the armed forces may appear firmly committed to the idea of professional army. Behind this facade of unity, discord has long festered. Now, a clique of dissenters have finally had enough and have officially broken with their fellow members over the issue of reform. Alright. Nothing too great. Alright, we'll take the setback to gain the +5. That might not be the way, but we shall see. Oh yeah, let's do secular. So you guys will do pot stills. You'll make the liquor. And you guys will just give us straight up groceries. Oh, nice. Nice! They're going to build us the tooling workshop that we wanted here. Excellent. Exactly what we wanted. So I'm glad we took it out of our queue. And now they will spend their money to do it. Allies of the Orthodox Church in the Orthodox Traditionalist movement have released a pamphlet fiercely criticizing the government's current policies. The pamphlet has become popular within reformist circles. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll raise our activism a little bit. Alright, so now this build queue will take 3 years. Very good. Ah, man, law debate failed. Why is professional army proving to be so difficult for us? Well, now the amenability of the Orthodox Church is a little bit better, so let's do it. Throw them in there. Whispering through a haze of cigar smoke in Matti Karastoyanov's private dining hall, the Orthodox Church discusses what compromises they might accept for changing their stance on professional army. We're not going to lose bureaucracy. We're not going to cut taxes, so I guess we're going to have to take political concessions. Which is fine. Alright. Yeah, we're not going skirmish infantry yet. Alright, so we're going to go tobacco. We're going to go for these. We should have... And then we're going liquor and force march. We won't go sugar. Because sugar is +1 unit per battalion. And we'll end up having, like... So we need, like, 90 here. Although we can add more now. Oh, not yet, no. Armed forces moderate. Armed forces moderate. So we'll promote you. Yeah, that'll give us a 90. We're going to have 30 here. So that'll be 87. So we would need a surplus of like 87 sugar. Negative 11 there, negative 1 there. But you can always use more... Oh, and we're also going to be building more. But we'll see where we are later. You know, I'm glad they took away so many vineyards from the game in one of the previous updates. But now that we have vineyards, later on, it'll help us when we get luxurious supplies. Because I find now, like, the meat and wine input is difficult. Because there's many countries you play now that don't have wine output. Or at least their own wine output. Alright, we can't add strategic interests yet. We're getting there. We're getting there. So now we're doing field works. Lawmakers working towards the enactment of professional army have found themselves mirrored in a particularly complex set of bureaucratic proceedings, grinding the work towards reform to a near halt. We'll use more bureaucracy here. 11% tax waste. So you need 10 paper. Yeah, I think we build ourselves a paper mill here. Because the Arts Academy, too, could use it. And I think we do that next, because I don't want to go down on this budget so much. God, we really need to get off of traditionalism. I need the private sector to be paying for more of this construction. Now I can start selling buildings though. We have the reserves to cover it. Yeah, so like this tooling workshop. Alright, we got one of them sold. Alright, so we'll leave it for sale. Oh, that did, though... I should have waited, maybe, until they put the other tooling workshop in the queue. Yeah, actually, that's what we're gonna do that. Damn, although now they're gonna put another tooling workshop here. I would have liked it if they built it there, as they were originally planning to do. What was meant as a routine speech about the merits of professional army by Vladimir Lukhanov has quickly devolved into a public relations disaster for the armed forces. We'll get the plus 10% success chance, but we'll get to 2 setbacks. I don't want to do that. We'll take the minus 10. Not when we're in the introduction phase still. Oh, damn. Now they're going to build an iron mine somewhere else. Well, okay, we'll put it back for sale, because we can hold that amount of money in our reserves. I'd rather they do that than build something somewhere else. Yeah, there we go. Spend your money here, give it to us, instead of building elsewhere. Alright. Right, alright. Alright, so what date are we waiting for here? October 17th. You know, okay, here's what we're going to do. Because we got to get this law through quickly, because we need to get off traditionalism. We're going to get rid of the social mobility for now. Yeah, lower the enactment time a little bit here. So October 14th. At least for now. For this, and then going to traditionalism next. Alright, there we go. So now let's take these off for sale. We don't have any more, but... we don't want future ones to be sold. We'll fix the bureaucracy here once we get these paper mills. You are killing me. You are killing me. The stall chance is just too high. Alright, we got logistics. So what do we got here? 79.15, 79.65. Yeah, so it's still going to be way too much. So we're not going to be able to get them any bit of amenability. Yeah, the game really doesn't want you to stop conscripting peasants. I mean, seriously, like, what the ale? What the what? Yeah, I'm not paying you guys 1,000 a week for that. I will give you the investment rights, though. Although we might not have to. Ah! Yeah, just support our independence. How about that? Alright. Oh, and we can... We got it from France. So let's start... Yeah, they still kind of suck. And so do they. Who can we improve relations with? Yeah, let's improve relations with Great Britain. Just, you know, so you guys don't come knocking at our door. The international trend of radical thought and revolutionary sentiment is coming to an end. Springtime of the Peoples is done. So now they're building the tooling workshop. Yeah. So now we got the second setback. I should have, in the end, I should have just taken that plus 10%. Some Bulgarian people are unfairly blaming the poor living conditions in Severna Trachea on their Greek neighbors. Yeah, we'll lose the authority. Oh, so we got the paper. Despite many efforts on the part of the government to successfully revive professional army from its president Broglio, the laws come to be regarded as nothing but an inevitable failure. Alright, let's try that again. Private inflammatory letters written by a member of the Ottoman Loyal Order have been leaked to the national newspaper. Ottoman officials have taken notice and are displeased. Yeah, I don't want to lose legitimacy. Yeah, we'll take this. We'll lose relations with the Ottomans. I mean, sure. Alternate timeline where the great powers let Egypt go free on the Ottomans. Yeah, right? And everybody wants to back Bulgaria. That's what it seems like. Alright, so now we can go to filing cabinets. Because we got paper. What are we subsidizing? Oh, the port. Yeah, we don't need to subsidize that. Alright, so some tooling. $31 months. Currency standards, nice. So field works, excellent. And then canneries. We'll build... Oh, we have this going. So minus 18. And then build one here as well. Yeah, excellent. Okay. And so we'll finish field works. When we get this, we'll get more groceries. And then we'll get it going. But we really need professional army here in order to do this. This is really killing me. It's too bad we can't get the intelligentsia back in there. Yeah, we'll only get plus 10 legitimacy if we go all the way to low taxes. Stalled. Ah. Unbelievable. I've never had this much trouble trying to pass something like professional army. That's nuts. Okay. Let's go to National Guard. We'll get some extra conscripts out of it. And then, you know, we do need a police force. Oh, no, what am I saying? We wanted to do this. Yeah, we gotta do that. Okay. Yeah. This is what we're gonna do. Interventionism. Don't forget about slavery. Yeah. Well, I do need interventionism first. Unfortunately. Guy's 44. So we'll try to get interventionism. When that's done, we'll try for professional army again. And then the slave trade. I mean, if we end up losing this guy, it's not the end of the world. We'll still be able to get an option for slave trade later, but we really need professional army before we declare independence. And we really do need to get off of traditionalism. Our investment pool is really suffering for it. So what's the goal for Bulgaria? So we're going for... the main achievement we're going for is Prussia, the Balkans. So once we get independence, we'll get this journal entry. So we complete this journal entry, and then we get a higher prestige than Prussia, and we'll get that achievement. Then, the next one is called Teamkiller. And so we activate the Balkan League, and that'll get us... What was the achievement it said? Or the journal entry for that? Yeah, the Spoils of War journal entry. So once we do the Balkan League and we do the next Balkan War against the Ottomans, we'll be able to finish that journal entry. So we'll go for Teamkiller. And then, if we have time near the end of the run, we'll try to form Yugoslavia. Because we have to be Bulgaria for the first two achievements. Well, actually, I don't necessarily know if we have to be Bulgaria for Teamkiller, but we have to be Bulgaria for Prussia, the Balkans, and I think that one's going to take some time. Because we got to get more prestige than Prussia. But we should be able to complete those two and then have enough time to form Yugoslavia. So, knock on wood... I said that during the Serbia run. Lo and behold. Wonk, wonk, double wonk. Alright, let's try to sell more buildings. We're gonna privatize food industries in Wallachia. Why? Come on now. Privatize buildings at home. Oh. Getting an earthquake. It's just a 1.1. You know, we will track this one. To remind myself, change our voting law. Bulgarian industrialists are interested in making investments in neighboring Russian industries. Ooh, yeah, we'll get that plus 10% manufacturing tax income here. Yeah, we lost job creators, but... Well, yeah, I don't really know what would be the better one there. Man. Alright, yeah, I'm tackling this stuff in the wrong way. Mauricio, I think you're right. I think we might need to go slavery banned because landowners just have too much political strength. Maybe we do that now. We don't have a pro-slavery movement. Because they're just too powerful. Alright, yeah, that's what we're going to do. Do that. Slavery banned. Ooh, can we get the intelligentsia in as well? No. Let's do it while we can. Yeah, because we're getting killed on laws because the landowners don't like anything. We'll hold off on that, but... Interesting, they're not nearly as upset with slavery banned than they are with interventionism. So we'll do slavery ban now, then we'll go for professional army, and then we'll try to get off traditionalism. Now, what problem is here? They're going to privatize something. So in 22 weeks, they're not going to be building anything. We're going to get hit with... All right, we got to cut down one of the construction sectors. For now. All right, we got mechanical tools. Go to precision tools, steel tools here. Fortunately, we don't have access to any of that stuff. Usually the game is about changing laws away from the landowners bit by bit, starting from slavery. Yeah, and if you skip steps, usually it gets stalled like here. Yeah. Yeah, I did things kind of in the wrong order. I thought I could get away with it, and I got burned on that. That's the thing, too, with full-on slave trade, plus 50% strength to the landowners. I didn't pay enough attention to that. Or I didn't appreciate it enough. Now, we still have some budgetary problems, so we're gonna have to raise taxes a little bit. We'll lower this down for now. It'll lower our power projection, but for right now that only matters to us in terms of liberty desire, and our liberty desire will be fine. Matti Karastoyanov, leader of the Orthodox Church, has written a sensational story about life on a slave plantation. Yeah, we'll do this. I'm very surprised the landowners aren't opposing this. Interesting here that, yeah, they don't oppose the slavery ban. Yeah, I should have done this much sooner. I didn't think I would get such a little stall chance for it. Okay. Oh, here we go. Who's this guy? He's a moderate. The ambitious general Stanko Petrov has begun to make threatening moves towards seizing power over Bulgaria. He's backed by a faction of the armed forces. Why would the armed forces care about this? That's interesting. Well, no, we don't. Alright, the coup is losing progress. Luckily, this is a different strategic location, so we'll send them there. If they oppose it, Civil War style run, they'd be dead. So good they don't. Yeah. This is true. This is true. All right, good thing also the coup doesn't have a lot of strength. Oh, you fools! No! Serbia? We not ready yet. No. And I'm not going to be able to get all the other people who support us in on this. You guys. Damn it, Serbia just screwed us. They really, really screwed us here. Yeah, Serbia just pulled a damn Leroy Jenkins. No. And because we're not the war leader, I'm not going to be able to add Wallachia in as a transfer subject. Oh, man, this really screws things. I don't know. I might back out of the war. We're gonna raise the armies, but I might just back out of this because now is not the time. And if they lose the war, I can always just take them in the war I declare. All right. So we'll go there. Look at this too. Oh, you guys. Pause the government construction. If you can win, maybe just restart the run, abolishing slavery, or can't win. Nah, we won't restart the run. We'll be honest with it. I think what might happen is I might back down from this war. Yeah, this is ridiculous. The conspiracy to overthrow the sitting Bulgarian government has lost all momentum amongst the armed forces. General Stenko Petrov's plot has been abandoned. Well, the war goal is to reduce our autonomy. They had raised our autonomy to begin with. Yeah, this is not the way. We're already about to get into debt over it. When this war breaks out, we're gonna get wrecked. Great Britain sides with the Ottoman Empire. Oh, this is just cursed. Oh, we got field works. Okay. A lot of it failed. Ugh. Vassalization, too. Yeah, see, that's the problem. We're going to go down a level of autonomy, so we're going to have to... Now we're going to have an income transfer. Oh, Serbia, you screwed us so bad. We are backing out of this. The moment it starts, I'm sorry, my friends. I will concede that war goal. Luckily, Great Britain didn't try to add anything into it. Yeah, we lost that. Ah, can we not? Oh, here we go. We surrender. Alright. Sorry, Serbia. You brought that on yourselves. Now, we still have our other... support independence, yeah. Alright, good. Let's turn this back on. Oof. This is not what I wanted. Yeah, so now we did... so now we're back to being a puppet. Which is fine. Luckily, they had lowered our autonomy before, although... our budget really sucks because the private sector is not building. Alright, so we're going to pause government construction for now. They're going to privatize the artillery, so that'll be good. Yeah, look at that. Oh, Serbia. You came, you saw, you got conquered. So when we sell the artillery foundry, we'll continue building for a little bit. Yeah. Oh, Serbia. Well, now you're a puppet as well. Automate failed. My goodness. My goodness. So is there anybody else we can get into the government here? The armed forces. Not them. Not them. Let's throw the armed forces in. The Orthodox Church have held secret discussions with the armed forces seeking a certain arrangement concerning slavery banned. Commit to increasing the size of the army. Yeah. I can do that. Well, the army's already pretty big for what we can afford. No, we'll just do political concessions. Alright. Army, the Ottoman will be angry. Yeah. They will. They're going to be mighty angry when we declare war and they have Russia, France, and Egypt on my side. If you guys would have just waited... Oh, we also don't have that agreement with Serbia anymore, which is fine. We don't need it. The corn laws. The corn laws, our taxes on grain imports have afforded the landowning classes a great deal of economic leverage, which they use to maintain their influence on Bulgarian policy. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, look at this. Now, yeah, why is this not profitable enough? Hmm. Alright, let's lower the PM. Yeah, so they'll get the cash reserves up. Rural folk land reformer. Yeah. What are we at? 16K in debt. Okay. So once this sells, hopefully the next thing they aim to do will be to build something so that we can get the queue going again. The private queue going again. Damn, this is taking much longer than I thought, though. We're already in 1850. Alright, we sold it. So now they're going to expand it. Okay. So let's... I want to make sure future ones don't go up for sale. We've now got 134K in the bank. I don't know if actually we're going to be able to afford this, but... It's 5K, damn. This will be bad for our iron mines, but... Yeah, we'll switch it back. Because once these guys start building... So we'll build until we get very low on cash. And then we'll pause the construction again. What's our interest rate? Yeah, 17%. Not great. And then this little debacle here. Give me some good news on October 2nd. A lot of 8 failed. My god. I mean, I have no stall chance. The problem is... Debate is 56. Though, it's crazy that we hit a stall on the last event. Like, we really should have been getting a debate chance or an advance. So iron is cheap. Wood we could use a little more. Oh. Tools. Turns out the real Teamkiller was running out of the war, yeah. I should get the Teamkiller achievement for that one. Oh, man. You know, hold on. What is our trade center bringing in here? Oh, yeah, but I can't control tariffs or anything. So I can't really control much. Alright, February 18th it is. I was thinking maybe of getting rid of, encourage the resource industry so that we could increase the enactment time. But I think we do kind of need that. Hey, Painful Silence. Hello, hello. I gotta get back into Vicky 3. I love watching you play it. Oh, thank you. I've been struggling to build new Granada into the major South American player, but I always get slapped down by Brazil. I like that you play smaller nations. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Yeah, New Granada is such a fun one to play because there's just so many different ways that could go. We just recently did... legislative failures. Are you kidding me? We recently did a series with New Granada. So not sure if you saw that one. But yeah, New Granada's fun. But because of that, because there's so many different outcomes, it's tough. But thank you. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, watch parts of it. I agree, it's a very dynamic nation. Yeah. Ugh. How much money do we have left here? We're really not in a place to go into debt yet. We got 44K. Alright, so we're gonna pause. Oh, we got this. So we're gonna have to increase taxes for a little bit. And so what we'll do is when they get funded and they start building something, we will turn our construction back on. Maybe. Let's see how much money we have at that point. See, this would also be helpful. Why are they so upset? Yeah, they have the -3 from that. Oh, -2 from an unstable government, that's right. So we get the -2 opposition interest group. So if we weren't in an unstable government, we get 2 more there. We're getting -1 because of their leader. Our prohibitive import tax on cereal grains has made it difficult for the poor to afford bread, with people in Dobruja approaching the starvation line. Yeah, let's take this one. We have a lot of radicals compared to loyalists at the moment. Why are you starving people? I know, right? It's not my fault. Oh, wait. Why did we get that? Automate failed. It's just... This is actually wild to me. How are we hitting the stall chance here? It is very strange. Alright. Yeah, plus 25% there. Ooh, yeah. We really did need to build these up sooner than later. It's a very hard moment for everyone. That's what leaders say. Yeah, when in fact, Not a hard moment for them. Yeah, exactly, right? We all need to bind together on this one. Yeah, right. And then when the profits are coming in, we're no longer bounding together. All right, so when they get funded, they start building, we'll start building, and we'll be able to build a little bit more wheat, because I guess wheat really sucks in the market right now. Oh, here we go, our market liberal. A new figure has risen in the ranks of the petite bourgeoisie, organizing an innovative pressure campaign in support of abolishing the corn laws. Yeah, the modernization movement, okay. 10% of aristocratic pops will become more loyalist. That's not bad. But plus 25% political movement pop attraction to the modernization movement. No, we'll take this. We could use some loyalists there. Game is dead set on not letting you do anything. I know. I've gotten myself into a bit of a pickle here, to be honest. King Ham telling his people not to starve while wearing his fancy and expensive crown. Yeah, while sitting on his even more expensive throne. That's how it works, right? If we could get the industrialists in the government there. We're just not going to be able to. First of all, just too many people in the government. What happened with the war? Had to fix a stove real quick. I backed the hell out of that war. That's what happened. I backed out of that war so quick. We wanted nothing to do with that war. Let's keep our relations low with the Ottomans. Right before it went to war, Great Britain joined in on the side of the Ottomans. And we were going to spiral into debt over it, so that was not the time. To be honest, we could go to war now. Oh, you know, I probably have a truce. Yeah. So for 3 years, that's fine. Because if we declare the independence war, Russia, France, and Egypt will automatically be in on it. So the minute that truce is over, we can do the war. Although, I really would like to, one, have more money in the reserves, and have professional armies before we do it. But we have 3 years to fix that, so we should be able to do this. Though, slavery banned is kicking my butt right now. Although the landowners have lost some power. They were in the 40s. They're now 37. Alright, so what was I think we're waiting for October 11th? Yeah. And then when these guys get this funded and start building, we'll turn our construction back on. So we really could use these wheat farms. You know, this actually would be helpful to maybe get some investment. Automate success. Thank you. Finally. Some good news. Alright, so now we're waiting for May 13th. Oh. Well, a lot of people have investment rights in us right now. So we will not be doing that. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, they went negative because they're taking on a lot of cost. So let's tax services. Oof. How much money do we have? 40K. These will build up quickly. Medical degrees. What are we researching? King. Yeah. Oh yeah, canneries. Although it seems like we got groceries for days now. So we'll let them put a second thing in the queue, and then we'll try to sell another building. Really don't want to go into debt over this, though. Oh, the trade unions are on the board, and they're very happy. Alright, we're going to get a workforce ratio. We don't really need it right now, but... So we're getting society research speed. Oh, goodbye, trade unions. See, it'd be nice if we had engines of progress. How much do we have in terms of tools? Not a lot. Not a lot in either one. Oh, break time. Oh, thank you. I almost played right through it. Alright, yeah. So we're at the 3-hour mark, so we're going to take a quick 90-second break. So that we don't have ads play while we're playing. So, 90 seconds, and we will be right back. Alright, and we're back. And we're back, and away we go. Alright. Appreciate that, just 24. Let's see. I need that sometimes. Ooh, okay. We are now in debt. We don't want the interest to go too high. What? Whoa, 2 Sicilies? Now leads the Metternich system? Did Austria leave it? Oh, Austria left their own power block. Alright. Can we finish this before we rack up too much interest? Well, they have... Okay, they have enough money to buy something. So... rather it be one of these. Would they have interest in buying this? No. Let's sell them the cotton plantation, because that's very profitable. We don't get as much money for it, but... yeah, there we go. And now... the logging camps. So we got 2 of them. Though previously opposing the slavery ban laws, Tihar Krastovich has considered the Orthodox Church's political position and instead offers support. Let's get 10. Oh yeah, no, we'll take the plus 10. Alright, we're starting to claw our way up a little bit. Hey there, Gmar. Why is their rank so low? Who, Austria? The one we were just looking at? Yeah, they dropped down to 18th, right? I don't know. I don't know what happened. Yeah, they're still in the personal union with Hungary. They seem to have really plummeted. Good thing we weren't actually going for them for anything. That's not good, because I need Prussia to not be as powerful this game. Ah, we just sold some stuff. Oh, the paper mill sold. Excellent. So we can keep the construction going a little bit longer. And they got 2 more things they're building. That's good. We really... yeah, construction goods are kind of skyrocketing here, so... yeah, no, we actually do need that. So, we need 42 here. Build 1 more of these. We're actually out of these. So we'll build a second one there. And then the tooling. Yeah, we don't have a surplus. But to build... see, we would need steel. But to build steel, we need coal, and we don't have coal. So let's do this. Oops. Everything that could possibly go wrong, this game goes wrong. Yeah, seriously, I know. Oh, man. It's so funny, too, because I do try to prepare for streams by, like, doing a test run. I'll do, like, maybe the first, like, 10 years, 10, 15 years. And in my test run went so much better than this. Life never cares for your plans. Let's start improving relations with two Sicilies, since it seems like... Yeah, they're becoming very powerful now. Ah, hydraulic cranes. So we can go to bulk trading. Alright, so hopefully... so this will lower some of the construction costs for us here. Paradox RNG ruining games since E1. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, like one of the things that is kind of RNG when you start is whether you get a pro or anti-Ottoman political lobby. And that does factor heavily into your liberty desire. And of course, we got the RNG. We're going to pro-Ottoman lobby. Now, we were able to overcome it quite a bit. But still, it's just an indication of the RNG right there. All right, law progressive consideration. Finally, finally. All right, so now we're at -6 there. That's not so bad. Let's finish up these cotton plantations. The tooling will take a while. But if we can build another tooling one, we can sell it. And let's sell. Oh, these are already up for privatization. I'm surprised they're not trying to buy them. Oh, good. That authoritarian intelligentsia retired. The Orthodox Church wish to strengthen our ties to Moldavia through our shared faith. Yeah, we'll get +2 from the intelligentsia. Following a violent struggle for power over Bulgaria, the armed forces have ended up on the losing side of history. Stanko Petrov has attempted to flee the country to escape retaliation. Eh, damn. Okay. So we lost him. So we need another defensive general. That doesn't offer us much. But we'll do it just to get somebody else some political power. Alright, so that's about to finish. There we go. Put that up for sale too. And now the tooling workshop. We're now in debt again. Why are the iron mines so unprofitable? Iron is expensive in the Ottoman market. Yeah, tools are pretty expensive. With the attitudes of the Orthodox Church towards Russia growing more apathetic, their leadership has begun to discuss reassessing the group's support for the Bulgarian-Russian Union. No, 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 stay in there. Alright, we're gonna have to pause construction for a little bit. This is gonna be really bad for the investment pool, but we'll just have to do it. I suppose No, I think actually we do need road maintenance. Yeah, because we are over our infrastructure cap. Three. How many would we need? Quite a bit. The game just knows to spice things up when you're doing too good, yeah. Or when I'm doing a stream. It knows. Dude. We really need to get off of traditionalism. We really, really need that. I actually might go for that next instead of the professional army. Oh, you know what we could use? We have a lot of Diplo here. Military assistance. Can we add that into one of these? Oops, not that. Yeah, there we go. Yes, excellent. What about from you guys? Nope. Oh. Oh, the Austrian nationalist revolt. Oh boy. Of course, of course. In this run, I need Austria to be strong to counter Prussia. And of course, like you said, the paradox RNG, they're not going to give me that. I know how to spawn modernization movement, guaranteed. Keep the backward law, make intelligentsia 5% more clout. Research academia, central archives, guaranteed spawn. Oh, very cool. Okay. Keep one backward law, make intelligentsia 5% more clout. Okay. And then get academia and central archives. Interesting. Well, we got it spawned here. Oh, law debate success. Okay. Oh, they are actually pretty powerful. Oh, you know, look at our current petite bourgeoisie leader, a traditionalist. We're gonna do this real quick. Make you the head of the petite bourgeoisie. There we go. So we got our market liberal there. And we can get that. Alright, so we're starting to build up a little bit. We can turn construction back on. Don't have to be traditionalism, peasant levies, counts. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's interesting to know. Peasant levies can also be one of the backwards ones. Because that one doesn't hurt as much. And you can keep that and not have to keep traditionalism. At this point, just say, please make me suffer and watch everything go your way now. Do some reverse psychology on the AI. Oh, look at that. They increased our autonomy again. Thanks, guys. What about humanitarian or anarchy? Asking for a friend. Yeah. You know. Just kind of... I'm anarchist curious. I'm anarchy curious. What is this? Wait, what? Egypt. They're fighting a war just to liberate us? Well, I guess I don't have to raise armies for this. Okay. Thanks, guys. I appreciate your enthusiasm. But because we're on opposite sides of the war, that automatically breaks the treaty where they support our independence. I appreciate the enthusiasm. Oh my god. Alright. Ah, canneries. Nice. So, when they start building, we will start building. Okay. So... Russia sides with Egypt. Okay. What a crazy turn of events here. Russia forces investment rights with us. Damn, they broke their that breaks the military assistance though. Because we're on opposite sides of a war now. What a crazy turn of events. Nuts. And now they're damaging relations with us. Because we're on opposite sides of the war. They're damaging relations with us because we're on opposite sides of a war to liberate us. The only thing that's kind of disappointing about this, too, is in the war I would have started, I would have had all these guys on my side, and we would have liberated Serbia. Because I still need to liberate Serbia to get the Balkan League journal entry. So, as much as I appreciate the gesture, guys, it's still not exactly what I wanted. I guess what I did, I took way too long to get this going. 1853, that's way too long. We're almost 20 years into the run. I was much more aggressive in my test run. I don't know why that is. Hey, TJM, hello, hello. Hey, can't you switch sides, or maybe you have a truce with the Ottomans? Well, no, I'm their subject. Although, yeah, do we still have the truce? Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I have a truce with them as well. So I can't, but I'm still their subject also. They should let the country that they want to liberate choose what side they want to be in. Also make the goal to occupy the overlord's capital and not the country they want to liberate. Yeah, that would make sense too, I guess, right? Well, I don't know, though. I think occupying the country you want to liberate would make sense because it's like, we have this land, you can't get in here now. But yeah, I should be able to join that war. Although I have, I guess, a truce with them. That's the problem. The AI often does that for me. When I attempt to liberate a rebellious subject, they switch on my side. Oh, okay. Yeah, it must be the truce, because I have a truce with them. Unless I have truce. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay. Dobry Grigorov, leader of the trade unions, has made a remarkable play for power in the capital in order to secure a spot for the trade unions within the government. However, it's not entirely clear if they should be rewarded for their novel tactics. I know you will be rewarded. Truces being unbreakable agreements is part of the problem. EU lets you break them. Yeah. Yeah, I guess they would have to find a way to create a system where you could break a truce, but also... See, I guess the thing I worry about it is, like... So say we're like Bulgaria, right? And Great Britain declared war on us, and we were able to fight them off, a much larger opponent. We now have a truce. We have 5 years where we can build ourselves back up. Like, what would stop the AI from, like, Great Britain just being like, immediately after that war is done, I break the truce and fight you again? That's the thing I worry. I guess that doesn't happen in EU5, though. But I guess, what is the mechanic in EU5 that prevents that from happening? Inspired by the prowess of Russian engineers and academics, the technically inclined industrialists have begun to align themselves with the Bulgarian-Russian Union. Oh, good. Yeah. Do that. I guess, though, one of the problems is now the war goal... We gotta hope Egypt and Russia comes and, like, takes us. The other problem is, let's say this war fails. 2 of the people that I have support independence with... Oh, well, I've lost my support independence with these guys now. Oh, this is so cursed. This is so cursed. I thought this would be easy peasy. I had a test run of this I did, where in like 15 years, I was able to get independence, and I didn't even have to fight a war. The Ottomans just backed down. I was like, okay, this will be okay. I won't end up taking a third of the game trying to get independence. So much for that. Maybe restart? I don't know. I don't want to restart. I like the idea of just figuring out and playing through it, you know? I mean, it's this isn't like a run-breaking type of thing. It's just annoying. We're still on track to get independence. Once this war is done, I can get that support independence thing back from these guys. I'll have to wait 5 years for their truces to end with the Ottomans, but... I very well might get liberated here, too, you know? Yeah, I respect that. Thank you. Thank you, Java. Yeah, look, they're gonna take this. So... And I'm the war goal. So once they take my land, I very well might get liberated by this. So it's also not so bad for us. It just... I really need Serbia to be liberated, too. But I guess we can always come for them later. Oh, we can turn government construction back on. We got some money saved up now. Oh, look at that, actually. We're now constructing and still getting a surplus. Oh, you know, I was seeing the negative here. I'm like, how is Russia winning these wars with the negative? Thinking, oh, they're fighting to liberate me, they're on my side. No, 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 we're on the Ottoman side. King Ham persuading his subjects while he does nothing while the country's occupied. Don't worry, guys. It's all part of the plan. It's so true. Don't worry, guys. We're gonna let them roll in and take our land. It's exactly where we want them to be. You know what we call that? Strategery. The main army is 2% attrition. Why? It's gonna be hard times while they liberate us. Oh no, they're gonna occupy my land while my soldiers are at home. The price of independence. Yeah. I mean, this is an independence war that's costing us nothing. You know, in the end, I'm saying, oh, this was so cursed. What I did was I played 4D chess here. I got you to fight the war for me. Anarchism is hard locked behind the tech. And the more angry your lower strata is, the easier it is to spawn. Yeah, anarchism, I find, is kind of difficult to spawn. It is kind of a difficult one. Yeah, I think so. We're gonna get independence from this. Too bad. I wish they would have added Serbia in there. And Russia will get investment rights in us, which is not so bad, actually. I almost gave them investment rights. You basically have to RP aristocratic capitalist hellscape. Yeah. I guess that's why, you know, there is an achievement where you have Great Britain form an anarchist government. I guess that's why that's an achievement. Because anarchism is a little difficult to get going. Yeah, we're going to have a difficult economy, though, while we are occupied here. The battles is just one soldier throwing a micro rock and then retreat. Yeah, poke, run away! Who is fighting? It's Egypt and Russia. So Russia's got up here, Egypt's got down there. You don't need bread. You need more luxury clothes. Mongrels. Yeah. Let them eat clothes. Very fancy ones, though. Alright. Alright, though. I am, unfortunately, I tried to go longer for this session, but I am going to have to stop here. So I'm well over the amount of time I have here. But we made a good start. We made a good start. We're pretty much going to end this. It is going to take a little bit more time. Well, you know what? No. Okay. We're going to go. We're going to go until this war is over. We'll go until the war is over. Because I think it's going to be fairly quick, actually. Because they now control the war rolls. Yeah, look at that, though. We have no access to the Ottoman market. Why, though, would we have a paper shortage? Paper shortage where? Oh, in the Ottoman market. We don't have a paper shortage because we got our own paper. Yeah, I was like, well, I could leave it on a cliffhanger, but too much of a cliffhanger. But when the war finishes, though, that'll be a good place to start tonight's episode. Newly independent. Alright. Yeah, we have no access to our main market, which is fine. Now, we are going to get that shock to the market where... Oh, you know, okay, so we have a really good budget right now, I think, partly because our construction goods are not being taken by the Ottoman market. Oh, man, yeah. Like, let's take a look. Yeah, we need a little bit more there, but man, iron is dirt cheap. Tools, we do need more tools and fabric, though. Why do we need more fabric? The law progressed to adoption. You know, I forgot slavery ban is still going. Oh, no, we have plenty of fabric. Yeah, so it's just this that we need. We'll build the one. And then we'll build the rest of those. Barreling towards independence. Corn laws, though. I hate the damn corn laws, though, because you got to go free trade to get rid of it. I don't... This is not a run where we're going to want free trade early. But yeah, the modernization bit is key for a backwards country because liberal doesn't really spawn until you aren't backwards anymore. Yeah. I've heard, too, there's, like, a cheese where, like, right at the beginning of the game, if you're able to exile your leader of your intelligentsia, it'll automatically spawn a modernization movement. But I think that one is a little too much cheese. I did forget that modernization being in a neighboring country, though, interest helps too. Oh, yeah, that is true. Yeah, that does help if it's in the next country over. Free trade is bad trade. I will die on this hill. Yeah. Well, it kind of is if you're a small market and you need to tariff, like, goods in your country, like construction goods. It is annoying when you're on free trade and suddenly your private sector's trading away all your construction goods, and construction is just skyrocketing. So I do kind of hate free trade in that sense. Ah, there we go. Wait. Okay. So we're gonna run for a second because there's an event that we're gonna get now that we're independent. There it is. So this is like the first of the National Awakening Bulgaria content. Bulgaria has at last become an independent nation. Who should rule us through the turmoil of change into a prosperous future? So we can enact presidential republic, or we'll get a new crown. So let's go presidential republic. And now we have national supremacy instead of subjecthood. So let's take a look at our new czar. Yeah. So Tsar Kirill Ganashev. So we get extra influence and authority. Yeah, free trade puts foreign producers and consumers first. Yeah, which gets you rich. But if you weren't sovereign already through scale, you're pretty screwed. Yeah, which we are not. We are not a country right now that's would need free trade. We sew back. It's only been 2 decades. Yeah, right? Actually, yeah, not bad. 19 years we're independent. Having tariffs and subventions as a way to get treaties is also a reason to not go free trade. Oh, yeah. That's another great point. Oh, what was the last thing I was going to look at here? Oh, our market. Alright. So we got to work on grain. But our market, we don't actually have any shortages. So we did good setting up our market. Sugar, okay. And small arms. So we actually did pretty good setting up our market. And there we are, independent Bulgaria. So we set ourselves up for a nice start to the second episode. So yeah, that'll be it for this morning session. But so like I've been saying, I will be back on this evening, starting at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. What is that? That's like 6.5 hours from now, so whatever your time is. Oh, hey! Wyatt, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you. Very, very much appreciated. Hello, hello. They took our homes, but we are independent, guys. Yeah. And we fought it. We fought them on the battlefield by staying home and letting the Russians and the Egyptians do it. Great place to end. Looking forward to the next time. Yes! Thanks for the stream. See you tonight. Absolutely. Yeah, so thank you, everybody. Good run here. So I will hopefully see everybody tonight. If not, have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching. And as always, be awesome, my friends. I'll see you next time.